Here we are back at another week of racing, 7th week in the in the Cup Series. Here I'm Mike Senior. I'll be in the booth tonight, calling all the shots. First, we're gonna do some pre-race stuff and get everybody acquainted to where everybody's sitting in their point standings. First, I want to welcome everybody that's here with us tonight. I'd like to also welcome Jade Burr, the CEO. Welcome, buddy. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm here, ready to go again, ready to start rocking and rolling.
Yeah, last week was definitely an exciting race. It was a little rough around the edges, but it is what it is. That's what hard racing's all about. We all know that. It just takes a little bit of patience. So tonight, first, folks, we're just going to go through a couple things so that we can get everybody. What I do all the time is just let you know about the track, point standing, stuff like that. Tonight we are at Iowa Speedway, corn country. It's an asphalt surface. This is a 7/8 mile of a track, so it is a short track. It's 4 turned. It's a D oval. Banking is 12 and 14 degrees progressive. What that is, progressive, just so I like to give people the knowledge about that. Progressive banking is basically it's a self-cleaning. It will work from its top to the bottom if something happens or whatever. Things are end up to be on the bottom of the track in the end. The front stretch is 10 degrees and the back stretch is 4 degrees. See, that's another thing too, is that front stretch being at 10 degrees, you think that you can get into that car a little bit harder because of the banking, and it just doesn't at Iowa. That we all know that kind of doesn't always work that way. And here's a little bit of history, everybody. This track was actually patented after Richmond, and it was one of the designers of this track was actually Rusty Wallace, which we knew that Rusty Wallace was very famous at Richmond because he had a lot of wins there. Tonight's action is 50%, 3 times wear, relaxed cautions, and damage, folks, is on. So if these guys scrape this wall and this and that and hit it hard enough, they're definitely going to be struggling with that car as the time goes on. Stages 34 is 1, stage 2 is 34, stage 3 is 78. That's where the money is going to come from. Is those points we all know are important, but the money comes from stage 3 and being there at the end. Points real quick. For the standings, actual point standings, guys, Jarrett Reese is at 299, Charlie Irwin's at 281, Keith Ayers is at 271. I can't even read my own writing. One of the brothers, the Blumenberg brothers, is 237. Or Bergerhoff brothers, sorry guys, I apologize for that, is 237 and 232. Ethan is in 5th spot with the 232. I can't believe I can't read my own writing. Jade Burr is at 229. You got Secure the Peace at 218. Alville 200. Anthony Comprometer 196, and Connor McKinney at 195. That's the top 10 there, and we'll just cover the team points, and then we'll start talking to some of you guys about tonight. The first place right now is at Wolfpack Racing at 946. You got Fatal Motorsports followed right behind him with 780. You got Rogers Racing Engines at 608. You got D4C at 566. Berg and Penske at 486. Cam and Racing at 321. And Stranded Motorsports at 217. There we go, guys. That's a mouthful right there. There's a quick old rundown of what kind of action we're going. There's a little bit of recap there from last week where the points are. So, Jade, what do we got tonight, buddy?
Tonight here at Iowa, last night we saw the Busch guys put on a great show here till the end. That last 10 laps, when we saw your driver Goose, pull away from the second group of cars. And kind of cement himself as definitely a championship contender towards the end of the season, picking up his second win, joining Scorpius toward the top of the leaderboard. But tonight we see, this is, like I said last night, this is the turning point in the season. This is when, we get out of, the first few tracks groove that seem very normal for the start of a Cup season. Now we're getting into the tracks where a lot of different things can happen. The storylines are starting to form of what everyone needs to do to get themselves into that playoff contention.
Yeah, we kind of heard some of that too. I mean, last night, kind of a little bit last night during the, after with the post race from the Xfinity Series, you do what you got to do, but not always everybody always works you got your people that will definitely continue, work together. And then you get ones that maybe are kind of not. The team is kind of shaky, but he does his responsibility and does his job respectfully, But he's definitely looking, saying, "Hey, listen, all right, now it's time. I'm going for a championship, so this is definitely not the way we want to do this." So in that's the storylines that are happening. Then you've got, of course, not to throw us, then you've got myself, which a new acquired Xfinity team, built from the ground up. I acquired 2 great drivers, and here we are now. Herbert Motorsports and the Xfinity side is sitting in almost 4th in points on the team side, and I'm just about ready to crack the playoff, cut line, and Goose has already secured himself in. And Casey's, he'll have a win before this is all done. I know they are, but you got a lot of other great competition, and after 7 weeks, those boys are putting it together, and so have you guys. And that's what I'm kind of waiting to see, is that you have your comers and your goers in this series, and what's going to happen when this is all said and done, because now these tracks are getting a little bit tougher, a little bit harder to drive,
Absolutely, and it's the thing with the Cup Series is that the drivers are so consistent, and at this point, when you get to the Cup Series, you get the drivers that are consistently here, so you're always going to see the same faces in the race, and you have drivers that I just completely lost my train of thought.
No, well, I know what you hear. See, this is what a vice president does with a CEO, is he can fill in his sentences. What you were thinking of is that you got the ones that make the commitment to be here every week, but then you got some that, of course, folks, don't get this, we're not saying this, that, families first. We always do that, jobs first, things like that. And sometimes a conflict happens, but in general, the guys have made the commitment, granted things happen, are here. They're ready to race. They want a championship. They want a piece of that pie. They want what the sponsors are putting up, and they're ready to go after it. And that's exactly what's been done between both series, actually. And the Cup guys, this series, I'm the group of guys that are in here, and I'm very impressed. For the fact is, I'm actually very impressed with everybody that's in this league, and to be here, is that how everybody, even though that maybe things, it can be hashed out so fast and so quickly, and rules are rules, and this is it, and there really is no discrepancy. We do what we got to do as admins, and they do what they got to do as drivers, and that's the bottom line with that. So who do we got in here, Jay? Now we've done that all stuff. Who's in here, buddy?
Well, we have to go in, and I give him time. Every time he's in here, I always give him some flack because I call him a name he doesn't like, and that's the teacher, Mr. Matt Martin. How you doing, Matty? He's not going to answer me.
Oh, Matty. Well, at least answer me, Matty. I mean, talk to me, buddy. I want to hear what's up. Are you ready for tonight? You ready to, this is a totally different aspect of high line versus low line,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm ready. I'm looking forward to it.
I hope so. Go ahead, buddy.
I'm ready.
So what can you tell us about Iowa from your experience? And what would you tell a driver that's struggling to try to find that speed?
Don't overdrive the track. You
Okay.
You gotta drive your car for what it's got. You can't push it here.
Absolutely. I know if you would have were able to watch the race last week, or last night rather, you would have seen somebody that can definitely use your help, but he found his way sitting in the top 5 there at the end of the race. He finished 3rd, and that's Marty Party, one of the new guys we brought in for Busch, and
Nice.
I think that he could really, he's learning, which is the best thing. And I told him that, and I texted him after the race, and I was like, dude, you did a fantastic job. And I think that he's somebody that would really accept and really appreciate your guidance.
Right.
So I might be trying to hook you guys up here probably the end of the week, so you guys can talk, and maybe he can learn something from you.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Oh, listen, buddy. I mean that's a great honor to have someone, to have that kind of stuff because of, with myself, with my teammates over on that side, if it wasn't for those two teammates and what they did with my transfer from a controller to a wheel, and then a week of practice straight every day with those guys, and I ended up pulling, I got my first top 10 of the season. You know what I mean? You can never ever learn too much when it comes to this. That's for sure. And all the experience matters, believe me.
Absolutely.
So who's next, buddy?
Fun fact, before we roll on to the next person, I actually I was listening to the stream back today, and I found out that absolutely is my favorite word when I stream.
Oh, you got one of those. You got one of those common words, buddy. That's for sure. Yes. Yeah, I hear you.
Right now, I'm making a conscious effort not to say it 50 times during pre-race.
That's all right. Know what mine is? Mine's gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh no, every one of us has those kind of those one words that when we're doing like broadcasting and stuff like that we get stuck on, and you just don't pay attention to it until you actually listen to it back. And then you're like, oh man, you almost did it, buddy. I almost got you. That was a test, just so you know.
All right, so we have the younger, the Van Heve brothers, Jacob Van Heve, hot seating in the 42 tonight for my team, Fatal Motorsports. How are you doing, Jacob?
I'm doing fantastic.
So you're back again for another hot seat this week. You did pretty good last week at Texas, showing you got speed. The end result might not have been there, but you're slowly making a name for yourself and making a claim that you could definitely be somebody that we talk about coming up the Cup next season.
Yeah, I'm looking for, hopefully I get a ride next season in the Cup car, but if not, I'll stick down Xfinity again.
Oh, buddy, last night kind of, as I said last night, I think you got redemption on your mind tonight because of last night kind of went kind of south for you, and that's not, just a bad place, bad time, bad situation, because I know I was in that part. You're actually the one that went flying over me, but sometimes situations happen and just things happen, and there's not much you can do about it. So now I believe what's on your mind is redemption, because of you definitely know how to drive this track, and I'm pretty sure that you would have been there in the end when this was all said and done last night. So I think you're definitely out to prove something tonight. That's for sure.
Well, thank you, Mike. I hope so. I am there at the end and put on a show for the fans that are watching at home. But I do thanks Jay for letting me put in this hot seat for this number 42 car again.
Absolutely, buddy. I'll definitely let you continue to run it as much as we can run it before the end of the season. If need be, if the actual driver Blitz can't make it. But it's a toss-up between you and the other Jacob Williams, Mercy. Between you two, hot seat in that car when Blitz isn't here. But glad to have you running tonight. It's always nice to have a Van Heve brother running underneath the Fatal banner. So.
And I've raced with both of them. I've been part of both of them. I've been in battles with both of them. I've been in championship fours with both of them. And their class of driving is unique and definitely appreciated and wanted. And I believe that by the time you're all said and done, buddy, when you get keep pushing forward, Bob, you'll end up in the Cup ride.
Speaking of Van Heve brothers, we have the older one in here, Alex. Alex, after last week's race, we can all say wasn't the best performance. Wrong place, wrong time for a lot of different things. There's a hard track within Texas. What can you do this week to counterbalance what happened last week?
Get off the struggle bus. That's really what I gotta do. I gotta put all four tires on the concrete here and put my nose down and go for broke. Last week, for me, I have never had that bad of a race, and for me to get that irritated with a car, it just never happens.
I mean,
like Jacob texted me because he watched the video. He told me never to use my wheel because that's what I was using. He's like, you need to just lose that wheel and just go to controller and use that for super speedways. I said I can't. I mean, I need to get used to it because it's something that I eventually am gonna just use.
Oh, you're right, buddy. Because of you think about it, we actually did a little bit of practicing the other night. You're in there with me and this and that, and the only way to get better is to just do it. You know, get up in there in the mix and get, because I guess you're probably doing the same thing I am, getting adjusted to that transfer and just using a different wheel. You know what I mean? I was blessed with, you know, Steve Rogers blessed me with a T80. I tried it, this and that, and then I got blessed again by another one, and which actually that one there is actually gonna be put actually in a case somewhere, and that will stay with me for quite a while. It will never won't go anywhere. That will stay with me until it's over. But you know, and that's what it takes. You know, teamwork, practice, and that's what it is. It's all about the practice. And you'll do it, buddy. Just something else. This may be a little bit off the track a little bit, but real quick. You were just fighting for a championship 4. In another series that we were together with. You know what I mean? And things didn't quite pan out that way. But I believe that you're rebound from any. I've had those down parts. You're rebound, buddy.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.
Well, we're going to try to get through everybody real quick here. We only got about another 2 minutes before we break off.
Sorry.
You're good. We got the driver of the 1 car, Mr. Keith Allen Ayers. Keith, how are you doing, bud?
Doing good.
Well, you're back at it again this week. Iowa's a track that seems to definitely plague a lot of drivers, but it's also one of the most competitive tracks on our circuit. How do you feel about your chances winning the race tonight?
I feel like I have a decent shot. Iowa's kind of special to me because this is the track where I made my debut in this league last season, and I wanted to win a Busch race, so I say I feel pretty confident about tonight.
Definitely. This track is definitely known for make or break seasons, and last season, you won this race to put yourself as a wild card going into the playoffs. Made a good playoff run, finished 2nd in points in Busch. Not half bad, I think, personally. So good luck with your race tonight. We have the Hot Ring legend, defending truck champion, defending Busch champion, Mr. Jarrett Reese. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. So, Iowa's a track you were pretty fast at last season. You definitely made a claim that this is a track that you're a little bit quicker than most at. What can you do to get that 2nd win of the season for yourself?
Not wear the tires out as quick as I did last season.
Go ahead.
I ran the car way too hard, trying to keep up with Keith and Dash, and I was catching them towards the end of the race, but I just didn't have enough tires to try to get around them. That's what cost me a win.
Definitely. It's tire wear is going to be a big factor here in this race. It's going to be who can see. The other thing I said last night, I was talking to a Nat 20 earlier today, and he said I eerily called the race when I said you can save to try to win here. When he saved to win the 2nd stage. And so if you can manage those tires and maybe save a little bit of fuel, this might come down to a fuel run kind of night, which we've had races like that already this season. So I'd like to see another one, but
it's very possible, Jade. It's tough to do, but it can be done. It's going to come to the thing of what you're willing to give up and what you're not willing to give up, But with fast cars, and if you got fast cars and this and that are not letting you, do your fuel mileage or your tire wear run, you can't, because you'll lose way too much ground. You'll never be able to make it up here because it is only 7/8 of a mile, and you can go a lap down real fast if these guys get cruising, and separated. But
that's
all right. folks, we're getting to that point. We've actually, this pre-race been about 19 minutes, so we are going to go ahead and start cutting some of these guys loose. I'll continue a little bit of race chat. I'll thank sponsors, this and that, and just send me the invites, folks, when you guys are ready, guys. Good luck tonight. I appreciate you guys.
Everybody.
Do what you guys do best to give us a great show. Unfortunately, tonight it might be just me in the booth, but we're gonna get it all if we can. Alrighty, folks. So there you go. There you have it. You have the pre-race, and soon now we're just waiting for these guys. These guys are gonna send me some invites to when we go ahead and get this qualifying started. So it'll take them a few minutes. But right at this point, I would love to thank our sponsors, Steve Rogers Racing Engines, and all those who are part of this. I also want to thank the people that are associated with me as well, because I got to give them a shout out, because I wouldn't be able to do what I do without them. And that's Rich Mark Flores, Morgan Vance Racing, Tia Cole Salon, A1 Firewood, Rossdale Detailing. Yeah, all those guys, they're all part of this. Some of those folks are more, they are much sponsors of my Xfinity team, but they're part of this. This is a family. It doesn't go unnoticed, and it doesn't go unappreciated. That is for sure. So at this point, folks, as I said, we are waiting for them. Once they get their invites out for me to jump into qualifying. I'm hoping that I will have a second partner if he can make it, but that's not a guarantee. So tonight, everybody, you may have just me tonight, and you might just hear my voice. I'll do my best. Also, I'll get even more excited. I'll try to get myself really excited, for the fact is that, as everybody's heard, this is my 48th birthday, and we're about to do this off right, especially being Mike Hump Day. We love that. That's one of my favorite things, and it's a rough day. It's a great way to relax, and that is to sit back, watch some racing, and enjoy these guys turn it on at Iowa Speedway. Thank you very much, folks. We're just, as I said, we're just sitting here, putting around, just talking, communicating. Last night's race, we'll touch base on that. That was a great race. The Xfinity guys are coming together great. We enjoy, I enjoy being part of that. I enjoy being with them racing. I believe now we just received the invitation, so we should be able to get pretty close to jumping into this qualifying, and we'll start seeing where everybody's panning out. Here we go, folks. We jumped to blue screen. They're actually still paused, so we will back out of this lobby real quick and wait for them. Alrighty, well, I jumped the gun on that one. I don't have my counterpart to hear the conversations, and I don't have my other headset in to hear them on Discord, because that is what we use to communicate, because the parties can be so big that we have no choice but to do it that way, so we can call our lines, this and that. That is something that is very important when we do this, do these races and stuff like that, is to be able to hear each other, and if there's issues, flag, all that wonderful stuff that we deal with. So tonight, everybody, we're at 50% 3 times wear. We're gonna, it's gonna be tire wear, it's gonna be tire management. Some people are gonna try the fuel runs, some people are not gonna be able to do that. It's going to be high line versus low line. Can someone get their car working quick, be able to get that bite off that low line and be able to get in front of everybody and prove that you can run a low line with a lot of hard work. High line is definitely the preferred spot here in Iowa. So, all right, guys. It's going to take a few minutes to get everybody into that lobby. So, on that, thank you guys. I mean, let me know who's out there. Give me a holler, write a comment, cheer some of these guys on. They enjoy all the support that's given in the following, the Worldwide Racing League. It's an honor for me to be here with them guys when they scouted me out to help, to be part of this as vice president and the operations manager. I couldn't ask for a better place to come and just sit and be able to relax and enjoy something that I do the most, and that is 1, racing, 2, I enjoy calling. I prefer to behind the wheel, but I enjoy calling the shots on Wednesday nights for these guys, because they definitely have worked hard for it and they deserve that kind of recognition. So, a couple more things. We're just, as I said, we're just putting around trying to I wish I had my counterpart here at this point because the conversation would definitely be great. Other than that, we are just waiting for these guys to get. We know that. Oh wow, really? I wonder why. Sorry, folks. I'm just reading them. I'm trying to multitask here. It was one of my counterparts was trying to jump into the chat, and I'm trying to talk to him real quick and see why, because he was actually thinking about joining me. We're just trying to figure out why he's trying to communicate why the chat is disabled. So, and that's, I'm not sure, because maybe that's why I'm not seeing anybody talk or say hi. But no, we're going in, as I said, sorry about that, everybody. We're just trying to get things situated. I said, without my, it's kind of tough. I apologize. Not having that interaction with communication with somebody, on the other end, and so we can, find things to talk about while waiting for these guys is kind of rough. But that's okay. We can do it all here at WRL. That's for sure. Great racing, great, best we can with broadcasting. We do what we got great stuff going on, and the future looks very, very bright for this league and what we got planned to come up in the future as the new game obviously drops in October. We're ready for that, that's for sure. Other than that, we're just waiting. These guys should be just about hopefully ready, because of I'm not sure, because I can't hear them. It is. I found out that trying to listen to them, if without a counterpart, trying to listen to everybody in Discord and try to talk to them is kind of very difficult. But other than that, folks, I wanted to say, actually, while I got everybody out here, I just wanted to, here it comes. Here comes, hopefully this should be the qualifying. Yep, I'm getting flooded with invites, folks. Here we go. We're about to go check in and see what these guys are doing in the qualifying setup. Alright, so we're blue screen real quick, folks. So here we go. We are jumping in, and there we go. We have got qualifying on the way. Alrighty, so now we're trying to jump in real quick. Sorry about that. A little bit
Mike, I'm going to help you out.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. Look at this, folks. This is awesome. This is great. Now I have my teammate joining the booth with me a little bit. He's going to be here. Gotta love it. And the winner, and yes, congratulations real quick, everybody. I definitely want to introduce you. This is U.S. Trek Enterprises, which is the driver of the number 78 car for Herbert Motorsports Racing, and the winner of last night's Iowa Racing the Xfinity Series. Hey, buddy, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, no problem. I'll just try to relay from the Discord.
That would be perfect, buddy. All right, so here we go, folks. It looks like we're actually starting this qualifying event to get the lineup for tonight's race at Iowa. We're gonna just ride around with these guys. They're all right now. The key of the game here in Iowa is to get a good lap, and then just move out of the way so that you don't have to be racing a bunch of people and this and that. Just be a little bit respectful. That's that. But it's still the same thing in the outcome is get that fastest lap you can get your hands on, and it takes a little bit of finesse with that. But right now it looks like they've got themselves sorted out a little bit. They're just cruising around. There's definitely a little bit of 4 wide battle in there. That's a little bit more aggressive than I would do, folks, on a qualifying run. I mean, I'd be aggressive, but I wouldn't be over aggressive. And looks like these guys are starting to get themselves sorted out. Looks like some of these guys are still hunting that middle to high line, and it's I've been there last night. It's tough to run that middle high, that middle line and get a good bite off, because you're going to have the momentum. Oh, the 42 looks. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. That's gonna he's gonna back out of that. That was looks like he might have pushed up a little bit. That's the key about the whole thing in qualifying, is you gotta be careful, because you definitely don't want to. You want to have a great run, but you don't want to ruin someone else's run either. at this point, folks, we're just going to cruise through the field, see where things are panning out. There's one of the 51. There's a hot seat driver. He's hanging out towards the back. He's just trying to log laps and just get what he's got to get. We got Cheesehead in the number 3. He's just great paint scheme there with the flag on it. That's an awesome looking scheme for that car. And then we got the 42, which is another one of our hot seat drivers, actually one of the Xfinity drivers. He's sitting in the 42. He just seems to be, looks like he may have had a little bit of a wall scrape there, but he's just hanging around the back. He's logging laps. He's got to get used to it. It's different when you go to the Xfinity cars and then you go to these Cup cars. It is different. It is very different because the Xfinity cars they're slow. That you can't get the RPMs up quick enough to hold them a little bit better. But these Cup guys, you gotta be watching for that because the horsepower that are in the Cup cars, you gotta be a little bit more finesse with that throttle. That is for sure. Right now we're just cruising around. Looks like these guys are just trying to get their fast laps. Nobody's really pressuring anybody, giving us each other space. That's a good sign. That's always a good sign, especially when it comes to qualifying, because you just don't want to have to be you got a great lap, but then you gotta you have a little hiccup or something happens and that whole lap gets ruined, and next thing you know, you're sitting on the back side of the field. It is very tough to pass here, especially in the Cup cars. The gaining momentum is very quick on these cars. Ooh, see, now we got some people actually getting a little bit out of shape here. And that should actually, sorry folks, that's actually would be the end of qualifying. So all right, now we'll see where everybody kind of pans out on this. See who got the fast laps, see who didn't get the fast laps. It's so tough to tell sometimes. You could be in the back side of the field, get a real good fast lap. You can be in front side of the field, end up in the back side of the field because you got a slow lap. There's just so much dynamics that can happen at this point. Oh, sorry folks, that was kind of a distraction. That was a big old thing of lightning, and you probably hear it in the background. We'll definitely get some severe storms up here right now. There's that was a big old thunderstorm. So hopefully everything stays going for us. So now, buddy, now we're waiting to see we're getting back out, waiting for everybody to see where everybody else. It looks like, let's see. I'm gonna jump out of here real quick so that we're there. Now just gonna wait for these guys to get all squared away.
Mr. NASCAR first. Trump Train second. Jake Burr third. Bergie fourth. And Maddie fifth.
Well, there's your top. Yes, thank you. Actually, everybody heard that. So yeah, no, that's great. There's your top 5, folks. Thank you very much, Goose, for that. That is your top 5. That's as I said. If you think about it, as we were watching, kind of the 3 of Trump Train hanging around in the back, and look what he snapped out. He snapped himself out a great run, and he's close to the front of the field. So now I believe we're going to go ahead and at this point, folks, we should be the invites are coming in. We should be about ready to go green on this thing. Let's see if these guys are recovered from last week's kind of we'll back out real quick. Waiting on them. Jumped the gun, folks, sorry. I'm so used to, sometimes I have the 2 earbuds in, but tonight I don't do it. Alright, let's try this again. They definitely send me multiple invites, so that means that they're about ready to get going green. That way they're also too, if something happens, I can also jump back in. Oh, sorry folks about that. We'll go blue screen real quick so we can get into the race. Alright folks, there we go. We are back on the air. Waited for that, and did I get on time? I did. Nice. I scored that one. Woo, that was close. I thought I jumped the gun again.
So it's okay to join?
Yep, it should be now, yes. Alright folks, there we go. Now we are back to get ready, and we'll go ahead and get in here and see where everybody's at. Sorry for the boom screen there for a minute. We just had to go ahead and get into the main lobby on this. So 7th race of the season, Iowa Speedway, 50%, 3 times wear, all relaxed, damage on. So that's the thing right there to kind of remember, is that getting into the wall and this and that and slamming around, you know, you kind of got to be very cautious of that, because of if that can definitely change the whole dynamic of your handling, and also that can also change the whole outcome of your race in the end, especially if you can't recover from it, which we've seen that a few times. But all right, here we go. These guys are getting ready to go. They're going green. I believe they should be already green. You have the 1, the 53. He's going to stay on the low side. He's working that. The 42. He's squeezed the middle. These guys are going to actually put this thing 3 wide already from the get-go. They're going to try to use those fresh tires and get in. The 12s there, 24s there. That's your top 5. These guys, the front of this field, they better sort this out real quick, because you definitely are not going to be able to hang like that for very long. It looks like they finally got themselves squared away. The 1. Mr. NASCAR, he's leading. 53 of Jade Burr, the 42 of Trump Train. He's sitting there in the 4th spot. The 12, he's going to get a run on the high side. These guys are actually definitely out. Go ahead, buddy.
Looks like Bob's already got some damage here.
We're going to flip through here. Did I just see the 53 on pit road? Nope. Okay, sorry folks, I don't know why that was like that. That was kind of a weird glitch, because the 53 looked like it was sitting on pit road. Sorry about that. We're going to flip to the field here and watch it from the 42 of Trump Train sitting in the 4th spot. These guys are getting single file now. They know that racing each other, you're going to have to get away the field. What's up, buddy? Go ahead, Goose.
Oh, I'm good. I was just...
all right. No, dude, talk, buddy. Conversation. You can talk about anything. It doesn't matter. But these top 5 cars are definitely jostling up. We still got Mr. NASCAR sitting in front. You got Jay Burr sitting in the 2nd spot. You got the 12. Let's see if I can find out who that is.
Looks like the number 3 got a little bit impatient. Kind of just nudged. What is that? The 39 up the track just a little bit. But he got 39. Got a run going off. So Trump's right in front of the 3.
Oh yeah, I'm watching that right now. I'm actually following the 3 of Cheesehead with, on the backside of that field. But these guys, the top 5, you could throw a blanket on them. You got Mr. NASCAR, the 53. That 12 was peeking on the outside, trying to get a run. Looks like he's trying to really work that hard on that on Jade Burr, that 53. We're going to run to the front of the pack. They're definitely the top 4. They're not sure what they want to do, because they're 2 wide, 3 wide. Then they're trying to squeak the 4 wide, and that's not going to work here, which is allowing the 39 to close up. Ooh, Jade Burr, the 53, he just scraped the wall a little bit, it's almost like that Darlington. It's a common thing here, folks. It's almost like that Darlington stripe that you collect up in Darlington sometimes, because this is how much this track can push you up into it. Right now, it looks like the top 5, 6 are actually starting to separate themselves from the rest of the field. That's kind of what you want to do, is you don't want to push the issue. You want to take your time. Oh, 42, he's out of shape. He's going to go up on the high side. That's going to collect everybody up. It's going to allow a 3 by, the 53 by. It's going to allow the 39. He's caught back up to everybody. He's going to be the majority. He's going to be able to get back up in there. And that's all it takes here, folks, is just a little bit of contact, or a little bit of getting out of shape as these runs wear on, because they are along the 34 laps. You know that you're going to burn some tire off here, especially pushing it. Oh, there's a little bit of 12 was on the inside of that Mr. NASCAR. Was he just barely got a little piece of that quarter panel, trying to make a little bit of room, and it just he backed out of it. Says, "Oh, sorry about that, buddy. I got to let you go, because I wasn't pushing a little bit too hard." Now, if you see, folks, you see these guys, they're all starting to work. Sometimes, with fresher tires, you can work that bottom, and then they start to wear with some of these guys' setups. And it looks like some of these guys are now starting to work their way up on that high line, and trying to get that Larson line worked in. We're following back through. I'm watching Trump Train right now, which is behind 53. The 53 definitely got way too high on that. He's going to have to recollect it up. He's going to allow the 42 to get back up on him. There's a little bit of a bump. It's going to slow the traffic down a little bit. And that's what happens sometimes at those corners. You know, me and my teammate Goose, we know those cars will get really squirrely sometimes. You got to be very, very finesse on that throttle coming off those corners when these tires start wearing down, especially at 3 times. There's a little bit of contact too, scraping that wall. You're going to see that all race long, everybody. That wall is going to come into play. Right now, Mr. NASCAR, he's still leading. And you got the 3 of Cheesehead, I believe. He's in the second spot. Oh, 48. It was like he's going to have a little bit of scrapage damage on that one. He got a little bit high on that wall. The 24, he's going to come right up in front. Those guys a little bit further back. These guys get racing. Next thing you know, you're going to have a 7-car battle here for the lead. But right now, it looks like the front 6, 7 have got themselves kind of squared away. They're trying to work themselves around now, where 1 car at a time is better than trying to take on a whole 3, 4 car pack. That's for sure. Trying to get those grooves set in. Ooh, there's a little bit. 42 and the 39 looks like they were going to come together there coming off. Which he's out for redemption for last night, folks. Trump Train, he would have had a great opportunity last night. Just bad situations happen. You know, he's trying to make a redemption. You got Mr. NASCAR leading this. You got Cheesehead in the number 3 car. You got Jade Burr worked his way back up into the 3rd, 4th spot. We're gonna flip back through here. You got the 39, and then you got the 12. That should be your top 5, and then that's going to allow the 42. He's starting to work himself back up into this pack. These guys get racing, and now his car looks like he may have that long run car. We'll throw back. We're watching Matty in the 24. He's one of our new guys. He's learning. He's adjusting. It takes time, and he's doing a great job.
The 3 spins it out, goes into pit road.
Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I missed that action. Yeah, definitely, Goose. Thank you very much for that update, everybody. That was yeah.
If he's sped or not? Let me go check.
That could be a very good possibility, folks. Looks like he come down off the corner and got into that pit road, and that will collect you up every time. That is for sure. Here comes actually, no, it looks like it might be pit stops. Here comes the 39. Here comes the 53, the 24. They're all in. I'm actually sitting right at the end of pit road watching these guys starting to peel off now. They get to that point where they're not very long runs, and you got to do it. The 51 looks like he's going to try to stay out. He's going to stay out a little bit longer. Try to stay away from all that action. So right now, we're coming in with Jardy in the 99 and the 39. He's hit his pit stall. The 24 is going to pit right next to him. The 48 of Boz, he's probably going to be coming in soon. He's definitely got some front end damage. He's going to have to get that squared away real quick. Now flipping through Trump Train, he looks like he may have stayed out. Mr. NASCAR, he stayed out. Here comes the other one. Here comes the 39. Here comes the 53. Here comes the 24. They're all starting to come off pit road. I would say it would be close to full tank of fuel, and those 4 of those fresh Goodyears are going to make a big difference here, because especially it depends on how your pit strategy is working. Here comes the 51. He's coming in. He's coming in definitely hot. Hopefully he made that commitment line. He's square. He's in. Oh man, we'll wait for my partner here, Goose, to once he figures out, and we go through these pit stops to see who's actually here. It looks like the 8's coming in. He's on hit pit road. Which one? I believe right now we're still looking at the 12 of Berge. He's on his way down pit road. It's that time, folks. There's definitely a lot of action coming pit road. These guys have had their limits. They know that they cannot continue to drive the cars that way. So it's time to get those adjustments and get those 4 fresh tires. And now we got a battle up front here. We are looking at the 53 of Jade Burr. And let me see sorry about that. I kind of hit 51's come off of the 3 of Cheesehead.
That car's coming in this time. He gets rear-ended by the 24, but I think he got it. Settled down. Looked like a good stop.
Well, thank you very much from pit road. That would actually, that's what it is. Goose is our pit road reporter. He's going to let us know what's going on and where it's going on at. We'll try to get there. The 48 of Jacob, he's on pit road. And we're definitely these guys are definitely tossing up here. The 39, the 3, the 53, the 12. Those guys, those I believe right now, that's your top 2, 3, 4, and 5 right there. Mr. NASCAR, he's on pit road, so that's going to change the dynamic. See if he can get out in front of this field. Riding around with the 51. He's one of the hot seat drivers, driving for Fatal Motorsports, which he's doing a great job for him tonight, collecting those points, staying out of trouble. Now here we go. We're back to some of this action of. Here comes the one of Mr. NASCAR. He's coming off pit road. It looks like these guys may have gotten back around him. We're not sure yet. We'll have to find out. We'll wait for our pit reporter Goose to let us know who's running the lead of this. Or did he stretch it long enough and just now these guys are actually trying to stay on the lead lap? That's a very good possibility. But you got the 39, you got the 12, you got the 53, then you got the 1 in the mix of that. And those guys are definitely working hard. You got the 3, he's in the mix. That should be just about your top 5, 6 cars right there when this all pans out. Whew, it's a lot of talking. But all right, here we go. We're still right along. It's still clean and green. These guys are being patient. They're working their way around. It's 12. He's going to make an inside move on the 39. He's got the 39 is definitely going to have the momentum on that high side. And what's going to happen coming into is that 39 going to be able to hold that high side, or is that 12? He cuts it low below the yellow. That's a dangerous move, folks. Looks like he's trying to get that extra bite. He may have him cleared. Will he? This could be for the lead. No, he cannot. Huh?
42's down pit road.
42's down pit road now. These two, yeah. These two,
down pit road.
Well, more pit stops coming in. Here comes the 42 of Trump. He's on his way out. Looks like the 39, the 12, the 53, the 1, the 3. Those guys there, they came in a little bit earlier. They have, will their tires hold? They're pretty sure they're gonna have to make another stop.
Watch that 42 car. I think he's in a splash and go.
He may. I agree. I was watching that too. Goose, thank you very much. I was watching that because the fact is that was a real quick pit stop. He may have pitted a little bit too short. Now he's got to make an adjustment, but here we go. We're back up the front again. You got Mr. NASCAR, which was the leader of this, is for several laps going to these pit stops. You got the 53 of Jade Burr. Then you've got up front. You got right now. You got the 39 of Jardy, and then you got the 12. Sorry, folks. Bergie. That's your leader right now is Bergie, I believe so. And then you got Jardy right behind him. Then you got the 53 of Jade Burr. Looks like Mr. NASCAR. He made a move on him, and Jade Burr riding along with Cheesehead in the 5th spot. Looks like those two are battling out. He looks like Mr. NASCAR tried to make a move, and then the 53 of Jade Burr, he pulled the crossover. I ride around with Scorpius. He's having a quiet night tonight. One of your winners already this year. Now riding around with the 2nd place car of Jardy behind the 12. He looks like he just might be hanging there and just flipping through some different camera angles here. We'll give you a hood view here for first. Ooh, looks like there's a little bit of contact with the wall. He got himself a little bit too high on that high groove. It's going to let the 12 escape a little bit. We're different flipping around, folks. Sorry if I don't make you a little bit dizzy. I'm trying to figure out, get a good camera angle so you guys can catch all the action. Well, right now we're going to ride around with our 2nd place car for a few minutes. Of Jardy, he was trying to put some pressure on that 12 car, and just Bergie just could not. We got a little bit too much push up on that wall, and that wall will definitely collect you up. Now up through, we're going to run around. We're going to go see one of the veterans, Boz, and he's uncharacteristic for him to be struggling here at Iowa, but he's just still trying to get a handle here. Then you got the 51. Looks like he's trying to make a move underneath him. Right around with Matty at 24, which is one of our newcomers. He's just sitting down there. He's just logging laps, and that's what it takes, everybody. You just got to log laps. Get used to your equipment, get used to driving it, and before you know it, you're right there. And now we're actually going to run around with our leader, Bergie.
White flag.
All right, there we go. Thank you very much. Looks like we have some lap traffic, but I don't think they're going to come into play. This looks like he's going to get the stage win. Looks like Mr.
Going
Oh,
below
Mr.
the
NASCAR.
39.
He's making a move on the inside on the
39's gonna get a
39.
run.
He still was able to collect that up because I definitely heard the contact when he got a little bit too high in that wall, and that definitely scraped it. Looks like he's going to be able to hold that position, but it's going to close up on these three. Looks like we are at the final. We are at the checkered flag for stage 1. That was great racing. Green all the way. Huh? Caution?
That was 2. Give me that top 5 again, please. Give me that top 5 again.
Oh, top 5? You got Bergie, then you got Jardy, then you got Mr. NASCAR, and then you got Jade Burr. That's your top 5 right now.
Yeah, it should be 12, 39,
You got it. 1 and 53.
1, 53, and 3.
There we go. There you go, folks. That's your top half of your field. These guys have done great. It's been clean and green. It's Iowa. Tires slick. Throw some adjustments in it. Get this thing starting to work towards these final part of this race, because those 78 laps. That's a lot of racing. Here we go, folks. We're all stacked up. You got the 12, you got the 39, the 53, and the 1, and then the 3 behind them, which you can't quite see on my screen. That's your top 5. Here we go. We're going green once again. We're going to go 2 wide into turn 1. Anybody going to force it? We're just going to take this thing 2 wide and be like content with it. Looks like we're just going to... Oh, there's a big run by the 3. He backs out a little bit. The 95, he's going to take that high side and get a great run on Mr. NASCAR. Looks like... Oh, we got trouble here. This could be the caution.
The 1 and Rex.
There it is. That's got to be a caution, folks. There it is. Oh, that was nothing more than a racing deal, folks. That was just tight racing and just not enough room. What? Wow. That was a great... I thought they were going to... It was... great. I mean, I thought they were going to get away with it. All right, so now we're going back on the caution. Here we go. People, who's going to get the lucky dog? Who's going to get back on lead laps? We're going to close this field up again.
Caution, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, sir.
Okay. Not bad.
No, great job by these guys. I mean, me and you both know I was not easy, and it took a whole week of practicing with you and everybody to get, me at least to get a top 10, and that's what it takes. But all right,
Mr. NASCAR went ahead and got 4 tires. He's starting in the back there. So is the 95. And
yeah, I'm following that right now with Tony. He's all the leaders. Some of the leaders are opted to probably get they'll start looking. I might do it. Start looking towards start looking for that last later part of that run, trying to get it looks like 53. He's going to take that thing real low and try to make it stick on the bottom side. He's going to slide up in front of the 39, sorry folks. The 39 gives him some room. You got the 12, the 51's now up there. Now we got some new players. Now you got the 48. He's going to make a move onside everybody.
3 scrape the wall.
That's easy to do. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He looks like he might have got away with that. I mean, a little bit of scraping, you might be able to get away with it. You just got to be very careful because damage is on. That 53 is trying to get that. He's going to come up in front of that 39. 39 is going to do the crossover. He's going to make a move on the 53. He's going to have the run. But if that 53 stays up, if Jade Burr stays up on the high side, he should be able to get the momentum off. But I don't know. Looks like that. Oh, yep, just like that. There it is. Oh, here we go, folks. If that's a single car, usually don't bring. Oh, man. Oh. And no yellow flag came out for that. That is, oh man, it still keeps happening. Trump still keeps running into a little bit some bad luck or a bad spot and gets collected. Oh, here we go. This is definitely 53. Definitely, he goes. Wow, what a save! There was definitely contact between the 53 and 12. I'm riding along with the 95 and caught all that, and they collect each other up. Nobody spins. He manages to keep it straight. He's got to back out of it. Here comes a 12. There's some contact between the 3 and the 53 again. That's going to definitely hurt. The 3 tags the wall again. These guys are definitely throwing it down now. They're like, wait a minute here. Jade Burr, he decides to step. Jade Burr and Cheesehead, they decide to back out of that a little bit, but it's going to allow the 12 of Bergie. He's got to scoot away a little bit. You got the 24, which I believe may be a lap down of Matty. He's in the mix. which I believe, I mean, person I know of him, he's going to just, he's going to race, but he's going to try to stay out of the way too, especially being, you know, down. Which they're all trying to get around him, but he's trying to get his lap back. What action? Oh, the 3, he tags the wall again. That's definitely gonna, will kill your momentum in a heartbeat. He's having a little bit of handling, struggling. Just got, oh, Scorpius, he's looks like he might be coming out of pit road. The 8, he's got some damage. The 39 Jardy, he's back inside the field again. After all that. Ooh, that was some action. These guys going to get themselves settled down now. You get the Bergie in the 12 at first. You got the 24 in between them, which I'm not quite sure if they're left down. Then you got the 53 of Jade Burr. Then you got the 3 of Cheesehead. Then you got Boz in the middle of that mix. Then you, I believe, right behind that, you got the... Let me see if I can find that one. Then you, nope, that's the 42. That's the 1. Then you got the 39 of Jarry behind that. Then you got the Mr. NASCAR behind that. That's your top 5, 6, and then here comes the 8. Is he gonna be trying to get in the mix of this? And I've said, folks, I'm not quite sure if he's even. I'm not sure if he's a lap down of Tony. Oh, that's Tony. Sorry, that's not. Sorry, guys. I'm still working with these guys. I'm working on the names.
I'm ready to make a prediction.
Go ahead, buddy. I'm ready to hear it. Let me have it.
I really like the number 24, Maddie 1075's line. He's running my line. It looks like he's stable in that line. And if he can run the top side when he needs to, I think he's got a good chance.
Oh, very much so. Is Maddie on the lead lap?
I hope so.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was wondering. That's what I was kind of curious about, Goose. If you can try to find that out, that would be a great storyline for sure.
They just had a conference, so he should. Let me check.
But definitely the top 2 of Bergie and Maddie right now. Those 2, we're trying to find out if he's on the lead lap now or not. And then you got Cheesehead running in the 3rd spot. He's tracking them, trying to track them guys down. Then the 8 of Scorpius. That's another one I'm kind of curious about because it's kind of tough to follow these guys. Is he a lap down? Trying to get a lap back. And then behind him, you got Boz, and then you got Jardy. The 53 looks like he may have fallen back a little bit.
17 laps to go. Should be 16 now, and Maddie is on the lead lap.
Look at that, folks. That must have been a great pit call because we did have a caution to mix of that, and he definitely got his lap back. That's for sure. And he's definitely pressuring the Bergie and the 12 for that lead. We're actually going to work our way back up that. There we go. We're actually going to ride with Maddie right now, tracking that 12 of Bergie. He's had a great race so far. He's run a clean race, and 24. He was backside of the field for a little bit, and now you see him starting to work his way up.
This time, one car pitting this time.
Here comes the 42. He's going to go a lap down. These guys are going to start. It looks like the 24. He's going to try to pit, but he's not going to be able to because the 42 is sitting right there, so he's going to have to go one more time around. Looks like he was trying to slow down. But we definitely should be seeing green flag stops here again. Definitely. Yep, I see that now.
Keep an eye on him.
Thank you so much. These guys are getting to the point now, folks, where they're starting. These tires are burnt. Looks like the 51, he's starting to work his way down. The 53, he's going to go around one more time. No, looks like he was just trying to slow down for the 42. Looks like he's just trying to work his way around. Ooh, there's a little bit of out of shape. Oh, 53, he's going to let him go by. These guys should be getting close to running getting pit stops here very quickly. Looks like 24. He's limping it around. It may be fuel strategy here, guys.
Looks like the number 1 had a perfect pit stop.
Awesome. That's a way to get it done. Get in and get out. And he's actually in front of the leader, so he's going to hold. He may only go 1 lap down. I'm pretty sure you will go 1 lap down when you go to pit. And then you got the 8 in front of the 12 of Bergie. We're gonna see how that looks like. He's gonna get a lap back from that. Be able to work that out. See if he can hold it. These guys got themselves straight spread out now. So now we're gonna see how. Now we're gonna see what kind of what's happening right now.
I really like the way Mr. NASCAR is calling his lines, he's calling his pit stops. Doing great.
That's awesome. I mean, that's a big key, and me and Goose kind of know that calling your lines, calling your where you're at, coming into pits, this and that. That's a huge key to all this because of it looks like there might be a little bit of lag from the 24. It could be lag or it could have been a service spike. We're not quite sure, folks. So we'll just keep an eye. We'll just ride around with that. I'm actually riding around with a 3-carb Cheesehead right now. We're gonna circle around. There's Scorpius of the 8, which is he's already a winner, a 2-time winner of the Xfinity Series. Ooh, the 48. He looks like, just before I jumped on with Jarrett, looks like the 48. He got himself a little bit squirrely, and he got himself up in the wall. He's probably not quite having the race that he thought he was going to have tonight. But right now, these guys they've got to be getting close to that. Well, they had that caution flag at the beginning of the stage, so can some of these guys try to start playing that fuel strategy and tire management and make this thing work and go all the way green all the way? But right now we're going to ride around with 53 for a minute, see what's going on in front of him. We're actually going to ride aside of you for a minute, just watch how he's going around. He's going to come into that corner on low. He's still this. It looks like he's actually. Oh, looked like for a minute there he's not fully into it. He's trying to limp this thing around. Looks like these guys are looking to go all the way without fuel. I don't know. I don't know if it's possible. It's very good. It can be done. I've seen it done before. Right now we're riding with the second place car, Matty. He's right now, he's just hanging loose. He's not pushing it. He's just running his line. We know that it's a long race and it's going to take, to be there in the end. You're going to have to, take your time and be patient. 12, just like the 12, he's not pushing the 8. He let the 8 go by. He's like, I'm not going to push it. I know that we're about to, 1, we're coming to the end of a stage. 2, these tires are probably cooked. And 3, my fuel is probably getting very low. So these guys are in fuel save and tire save mode. Riding around with Jardy. He's one of our leaders for most of the race. He's back a little bit further back. These guys got themselves separated. Looks like he's going to take a move on the 3. Looks like, is he going to? He's going to slide up in front of him.
4 to go.
4 to go. These definitely, folks, as I said, these guys, when we had that first caution, these guys have been on tire management, fuel management most of the way. The question is, can they make it? It's going to be close because that was a long 34 laps for the stage. The last stage is 78. That's even longer. Here comes the 53. He's going to slide underneath the 51. He's going to slide underneath the 3 too as well. They're definitely limping these cars around. These things are probably loose. They're squirrely. You can't get into the throttle too hard because if you do, next you know you're gonna slide around, and that's going to be the end of it. So at this point, last info we got, it was 4 to go. We should be working ourselves way to almost 3, 2 to go. Right now it looks like the 12. He's gonna get his second stage win of the night, followed by whoa. Looks like we're kind of watching this here. Looks like the 39. He's kind of slowing down. Allowing the 53 to. Oh, there's some contact between teammates. 51 and the 53.
Close in the lead.
The boss man won't be happy about that. And 12, he's holding that top line. He's trying to just get through this. And that 24, he's trying to make the run. He's trying to get there to take that lead away, get those stage points, get that stage win. Those bonus points are so important at the end of the year. They're riding around with Jay Burr. I believe he's in the 3rd spot, trying to. Wait. Oops, sorry guys. Actually, he's in the 4th spot.
That looks like that was it.
There it is, folks.
To 24.
Yeah, that had to be it because it goes to 51. It's kind of interesting, folks. It was kind of funny. Sorry about that. It was just watching when we all crossed the finish line. Go ahead.
12 to 24, 39, 53, 51. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, buddy. There's your top 5, folks. Now, here it comes. Adjustments, obviously, stage end, final stage. It's go time. These guys know that they got to be flawless pit stops, flawless racing, because they got to be there at the end. All right, everybody. Here we go. We're going to get these things, filed back up 2x2. Get this thing fired into turn 1 and see what. Now we'll see who's going to be kind of pushing the issue a little bit more. This is where it gets interesting. Usually first 2 stages, people are calm, this and that, and now it's go time. Now people want positions. Always try to get what you can here when you got 4 Goodyear tires and a tank of fuel. Because anything can happen.
Like the chatter sounded like some people were getting a little bit frustrated, started getting a little sketchy out there, and let's see what this final stage brings us.
Oh, I agree, buddy. Now it's yeah. Now it's about to, I'm telling you right now, pull them seat buckles tight because of the business is about to pick up. We're gonna ride around here. It looks like, yeah, see, here it comes. Here comes the 12, the 53, the 24, and then you got the 95 of Tony. He's up coming out of nowhere. 53 slides up. 95 gives him a little bit of room. He's gonna try crossovers. Not gonna be able to make it. 24, he dumps down. He's gonna try to get a push from the 51 to try to get up underneath these guys. These guys are stacked up. Throw a blanket over the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you got everybody else coming through the backside. They watch out because you just never know. All it takes is to be at the right place at the right time, and next thing you know, you find yourself in a podium position. Oh, Tony the 95, he gets himself way out of shape. I was watching that whole deal when that happened. He collects it up. He's gonna have to get out of the throttle and give everybody some room. Now we're gonna have 3 wide, 4 wide. Everybody's using the apron. It's on now, folks. All right, well, that was definitely some breathtaking and some definitely grabbing a hold of that steering wheel and hope that you can hold on to it. Now riding around with Cheesehead, he's riding around 3rd spot. You got the 53 of Jay Burr, he's in your 2nd. We still have Bergie, which has been a dominant car most of the night. He's got the lead of this. Then you got the 3 of Cheesehead, he's trying to get that 4th spot. And then you got the 42, he's worked his way back up in this. The 39 of Jardy, the 42 of Trump. He's come back. Then you got his brother right behind him in the 48 of Jacob. These guys are. Oh, 24. He's a little bit tight there. He's trying to give some room. Just can't do it. Here comes the 3. He's going to try to make a move on that 39. I'll get on the inside. He's going to try that high momentum line. It's tough to get there. But you got Jardy, then you got Trump. He knows, he's been on this track before. He knows what it takes to get around here. He's trying to work that hard line. You get so much momentum loss when you're trying to use that low line. But what that does is with these guys are racing hard throughout the field, and what that's doing is allowing 1st and 2nd to start to skate away from these guys, and you gotta watch out for that. It was like the 53. He may have got a handle on that low line. It's like he's gonna have a good run. He looks like he might be closing down a little bit on that 12. Can he catch him? It's definitely 78 laps is a long race. Great race so far by these guys.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, sir.
That number 1 car is running super low line, both on the front and back stretch and in the turns. He's just keeping it down there, and he's doing good. He's worked himself up from last place to 5th place right now.
Thank you very much, buddy, for watching that. Now I'm actually going to flip back through that way. He was a dominant car at the beginning of this race. Fell back a little bit back in the field. Now he's trying to get himself back up there from starting in the last spot, and looks like he's definitely do it, and he may have a good grip on that. Now he looks like he's may starting to work up in that high line. He had to get through that traffic.
Yep, once he cleared that traffic, he went right back up his top line.
Which, I mean, to get through that traffic, folks, I mean, as we were just saying, those 4 fresh tires is what it takes to get through there. And that's when you gotta move up. And once you're through what you gotta get through, use them up real quick, and then move that high side so you can run that banking.
That's what I was talking about at the start. You've got to be able to run both the bottom and the top.
I kind of ran into that last night too because of the car just was not handling very well on that high side to start the runs. And if I moved down into the low side, I was able to get grip and hold my own. But as soon as I got that air disturbance, this and that, you almost have to at that point move to the high side. Once you get like 15, 20, you know, maybe not 15, 20, but on the Xfinity cars, it was more like 7, 8 laps, and then you got to move up.
But it looks like the leader has checked out quite a bit there.
I was watching that, and I'm actually watching the 53 now. He's got some company. He's got the 39 and the 3 now. They're back knocking on his back door on the second place. Looks like they're starting to gain some ground now on those leaders. But definitely, Berge in the 12, he's thinking, yes, guys, race, because the more they race, the more I'm checking out, and the harder it's going to be if this thing stays green. And that's what these guys were all screaming. I'll just debris, this, that, all and everything. Try to close this field back up, but it's just it's not going to happen, folks. It's not going to happen. I think these guys have got themselves squared away, saying, listen, if we wreck, we know we're out of it. So we're just going to have to be very conservative. Looks like now the second, third, and fourth spots, those are starting to. Looks like that 53 might be fading a little bit on this run. But that 12 car, he's definitely got himself on a set of rails now. He's hitting his spots, hitting his marks. He's got no pressure. He's got a good, probably like 2.5 second lead over the 3 of Cheesehead, and then you got Jardy right behind him. Which now we got Mr. NASCAR. He's starting to make a move up. He's starting to catch up to these guys. Looks like the 39's gotten around now of 53 of Jade Burr. Here comes Trump of 42. Looks like he's starting to make a move. Here comes. This is it, folks. This is what's going to happen is that you come as you go. Oh, there's some contact. Looks like Jade 53. He got in the wall. He got a little bit of contact with the 42 because of that. The one of Mr. NASCAR. He had to check up on that. That's going to kill some momentum. Everybody gathers up. We're still green. Ooh. I'm not gonna have a voice tomorrow.
You're doing great, bud.
But here we go, folks. We're back. We're taking a minute to watch some of this action. Actually, I'm riding around with the 1 now, watching his progress through. He looks like he's closed down now on Jade Burr, the 53 in the third place car. Then you got Jardy. He looks like he's starting to work his way up, trying to get himself a good jump on that 3 car of Cheesehead. But still, right now, folks, the 12-car Burger, he is still our leader, and he's definitely got some distance now. So he knows that now it's in his lap. It's going to take a mistake, and it's going to take something bad to happen, and because he's definitely got himself definitely. Oh, 53, he's down on the apron. Whoa, that was definitely good. Great gather up. The 42. Oh, he collects the 24. The 24 collects the 3. That should be a caution. Whoa, I hope everybody made that because of 42 of Trump. He definitely, that was teammates right there. Oh, man, there it is. That's what we were waiting for. Those tires we're wearing, these guys are doing a killer job trying to conserve those tires and hold their own. And it just, after a certain period, as we know, those tires just, all it takes is one little oops and a little bit hard on that throttle, and that car breaks free, and you're around.
Yeah, the 42 Trump train, he was hanging right there in 6th place, right behind the 1 car, and he broke loose and got into the 53, I believe. And it went south from there.
Yeah, that's just a bad break. But I mean, now everybody will get this, get in the pits, get those tires, get that gas. Berge he's still our leader, and then we're looking at Cheesehead. He's sitting in the 2nd spot. Then we're looking at Mr. NASCAR. He's worked his way up from last spot in the 1st place. Then we got the 39 of Jardy. He's up in there. And here we go. We're gonna get the 48. He's got himself back up into this. The 24. He's gonna end up 3 wide coming out of this corner, and looks like they're gonna make it work. We're going to see now the 1 of Mr. NASCAR. He had a great car most of the night. Berge, he definitely looks like he might be there is multiple cars in here that has a great chance now that they close this field back up. Right now, we have the 12 of Berge, the 3 of Cheesehead, the 95 of Tony, the 1 of Mr. NASCAR. Then you got Trump. Then you got the 41 of Nat. Then he got 53 of Jay Burr, which is he's still trying to work his way back up through the field from that incident. The 24, he's back in the field now. He's going to try to work up. The 42, he got himself in the back of the field. He's going to have to work himself up. These laps have got to be definitely winding themselves down, everybody. We're right along with the 1, see how well this is going to work. Then we're going to bounce back up to the 95, which he's trying to make a move on that inside. I don't know. There's quite the train on that high side, so I don't think he's going to be able to get himself to do that slide job up in front of everybody. It's just not going to happen. but he may have able to get a good. Looks like he may have got a great bite off that corner to try to hold himself there, but it's too. He's really low on that low side, trying to get that grip off that yellow line. The 12, he's great run off that corner. But the momentum change. There's a change. The 12 of Berge, the 3 of Cheesehead. Then you got the 39 of Jardy, and then there's some contact. Whoa, that was a caution flag somewhere. Or was that the end of the race? No, there's no way.
Mike, if I had to estimate, I'm going to say that there's going to be 39 to 40 laps to go.
That's what I figured, folks. So that was definitely a caution flag. Okay, that was a caution flag. Whew. Thought I got scared. I don't have enough feet and toes to count all that high. All right. Now, definitely it's going to take probably the fuel. I'm pretty sure it's going to take almost the fuel strategy out the window. Question is what's going to happen with the tires. Can they hold it? You got the one looks like he might be your new leader of Mr. NASCAR. Then you got the 42 of Trump. Then you got the 12 of Berge. On the other side of that, you got Cheesehead. Then you got the 95 of Tony. And then you got the 53 of Jay Burr. The 39 of Jardy. The 24. Those guys, that's top half of your field. Here we go. The business is definitely going to pick up because I don't know. Oh, the 12. He tries to run that one line. He tried to hold his line there. 4 wide going to this corner. Somebody's going to have to give here because if not, it's going to be a huge mess.
42 took advantage of it. And 42's leading, I believe.
Yes, I'm pretty sure if you don't check that, it looks like that one, he's going to get a big push from the 95 to 53. He's going to follow them through. They're definitely going for it now because these laps are winding down. We're 3 wide coming down the front stretch. We got the 1, the 12, the 42, the 39. Then you got the 95, the 53. He's going to lose a little bit of that ground. He's going to hold it through the center. Then you got the 3 behind him. He's going to try to make a run on the inside. Ooh, these guys are definitely throwing it all out the window now. Looks like Berge, he's going to get the break off this coming up, but these guys are going to come off this corner. Definitely see who's got the grip now, who's got their adjustment. Oh, there's some contact. Looks like the Jardy, the 39. Looks like he's in the wall. They got themselves all gathered up. Great recovery by these guys.
Trump makes a great move to the inside. Can he hold it? No, he can't.
Nope. He's going to push up, but he's going to let the 95 is going to let him slide up into that slot, just because it's easier to do it that way. When you got that kind of thing, it's better off to kind of let him squeak in because of, sooner or later he's not. If he's running that low line, he's not going to be able to hold it, and you're going to have the momentum coming off. Like 3 of Cheesehead, he's trying to run that line, get that low line to be able to make that move. Oh, there's some contact. 42 and the 3, he comes off the high. He did not. That's it, folks, right there. You got to give. Oh, the 1, the 39, both those guys, they're tagging the wall a little bit.
For some reason, Mike, it seems like they think it's go time.
You think so, buddy? I think everything's gone right out the window now. Teammates have gone out the window. Everything else is going out the window. It's points time. It's definitely. They're looking for the payoff now.
I think it's a little bit early.
I agree, buddy. I mean, I agree. These guys are definitely these guys are.
That one car has kind of backed off a little bit, taken a few breaths, and I think he's trying to save his tires a little bit.
Oh, I agree, buddy. I would do that. I mean, with the action that we just, 53, he's getting pushed. He's definitely looks like he's a little squirrely coming off. These guys are starting to, these tires should be starting, even after these pit stops, they should be getting themselves kind of worn down a little bit, and they're probably getting kind of squirrely. But it looks like Berge, the 12, which has been, he's been the dominant car most of the night. Looks like he's the one that he's definitely going to be the one to beat. The 42, he's recovered after some, difficulties the first part of this race. Great recovery by him. You got the 95 of Tony. He was hanging out to the backside of the field for a little while. Looks like the 53, he's trying to make a move on Cheesehead, and the number 3 on inside just couldn't get it done, so he's going to back out of that. Then you're going to allow Jardy to come up into this. Then you got the 1 of Mr. NASCAR. He's trying to make a move on Jardy in the 39. All right, folks, we'll take kind of a commercial break. I want to thank all of our sponsors that are part of this: Steve Rogers, Rogers Racing Engines, everybody else that supports this league, all the drivers, all the admins, and everybody else that makes this possible. Because of, if it wasn't for you, we would not want to do this. You guys are our drive. You guys are our support. We appreciate you all, and thank you very much for everything, for all that you do for this league. All right, folks, now we're back at the action after that little quick break because I needed to take a breather. Right now, Berge, he's still got a 2-3 car length over the 42. That 95, he's trying to work that low line. We got Mr. NASCAR, which we're flying around. We're trying to actually try to stay in front of this field because that's where the action's all. He's breaking away from the field a little bit, but what 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, they're all right there trying to battle this position out for the end of this race and try to get those most important points going because we're getting close to that spot where it's playoff time and you need all the points you can get. Right, that 95, he's still trying to work that low line.
Mike, it sounds like second, third, fourth, and maybe sixth. Or, well, I was going to say they were trying to line up and try to catch that lead car.
Well, I agree with what's happening right now, buddy, is that that 95, the more he gets a side draft off that one, it kind of slows down the rest of he can't get locked up into the rest of the top 4 or 5 cars, and it slows down the momentum. It's kind of weird how that works, but it really does. If you got 4 cars and you're able to tag on that last car, you will actually slow down that 4-car pack. And it's kind of worked out for him because here comes the one. He's trying to get down low underneath that 95. He's going to make that work. He's going to be able to slide up on that high side. That's what it's going to take right now is 1 car, 1 position, and 1 lap at a time to get this thing done. Right now, the top 5, 6 got themselves kind of single file. We know Berge, he's pretty much running.
Like the 42 kind of slapped the wall a little bit, and the 3 got.
Oh, the 3 definitely. He definitely
drove it in and hit the wall.
Yes, I was just watching that right now. I'm actually watching this back of cars right now, buddy. Thank you. There was definitely a little bit of contact there, and that wall is definitely right now at this point. Now you're going to have the 3 of Cheesehead, the 53, the 39 of Jardy. They're going to go side by side, which is going to bring up the one of Mr. NASCAR, and then you've got Tony, the 95. That's the pack right now. The leader is definitely starting to check out. If they keep racing like this, he is going to be able. Oh, definitely those 2 got high. The Jardy, the 39, the 95, Tony. They were running really high off that turn. But here comes the 3. He's trying to make that high side work on the 42. He's not going to get it done. As we're flipping through the field. And here we go, folks. We have green flag stop. That definitely could be a pit strategy call. They're starting to work it in. We got to be getting those laps counted down here. Definitely great job by these guys. It's been green most of the race. And it's not easy. It looks like the 42, he's trying to make a move on the 3 of Cheesehead of Trump. So is he gonna, no, quite. That momentum coming off the top side definitely couldn't get him so he could get that side draft off that quarter panel. He's going to try this move again. Is he going to be able to get him? If he can get to that quarter panel, he can slow the momentum down and get around him. Nope, not going to happen. Couldn't get there. That's going to allow Jardy. He's going to start closing up on these 2 here very quickly. Definitely a lot of action. The 53, he's trying to catch some of that draft. The one of Mr. NASCAR, he's trying to snag up with the 53 to be able to push him forward. If they can get themselves together and the laps have got to be counting down because of the more and more you race together, the more and more you side draft each other, the harder it is going to catch that leader. It looks like the 12 of Berge, he's definitely starting to check out on this field. Whew. Breather. Guys, please. I can't see. I don't know why. I'm definitely going to fix that because I want to see everybody's comments. I want to see everybody's opinions. I want you guys to enjoy this. I want you guys to interact. So we'll definitely get that figured out for you guys. But right now, the Cup guys for Steve Rogers Racing Engines have definitely put on a great show. Great racing. Give, take, respect, the whole 9 yards. It's been here.
42 is going to be pitting next time.
And that's where we're at now. We're at green flag stops. Will we be able to go all the way from here, or is it going to be actually? Looks like we got the 8 of Scorpius. He's on pit road. These guys are definitely starting. 39 of Jardy, he's coming in. We're gonna see who's gonna run this tank. Who's gonna run this tank dry? Because we've been there last night too. This is where, you know, some people ran their tank dries, you know, right all the way out to the max, and some people actually, like myself, kind of cut that thing short by 5-6 laps, and almost burnt me one time because I couldn't count. But so we just hold, you know, that's what it's gonna take. You got the 3 and you got the 1 in. It's all about pitch strategy now, because from here on out, I believe it's either go or go home at this point. The 42 of Trump, he's in pit road. The 1 looks like he may have just done either he's getting ready to come out of pit stop, out of his pit stop, or he's going in.
12.
Looks like
12's coming in.
Here we go. These guys are. Here comes the gamble. The 51 is coming in. The 3 of Cheesehead, he's in. Scorpius, he's back out on the track. This is the gamble that people are taking. The 42 of Trump Train, he's coming out on the pit road. Off of pit road. Sorry, excuse me, folks. The 12, he's Bergie, the leader, the dominant car most of this race. He's on pit road. This is where the money stop happens, folks. If you don't make this thing right and you don't hook this thing up, this could be the end of your race, or it could be anything can happen at this point. The 1, he's coming off pit road. Mr. NASCAR, which was the start of this race, he was a dominant car. All right, folks, here we go. We're working. Here comes the 12. Looks like he's on his way out. So, folks, just real quick. Looks like Jade Burr, he's finally hit pit road. Just so you know, if you see 253s, that is actually an error. I didn't quite get out in time, so you're gonna see my car park. I also drive the 53 as well, in a different league. So if there's gonna sign a confusion there, I just want to let everybody know. Sorry about that. if you see it up there. All right, Goose. I hear my pit road reporter squeaking around out there. What you got, buddy? Anything?
I'm just watching going around, waiting for everybody to cycle through, and then I'm gonna get up.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, we know it goes to 53. Looks like he's starting to come out of the pit road. We know that Bergie, the 12 car, looks like he's been able to keep that lead, and he had a great pit stop, flawless, run a great race. And then you got Jardy of the 39. Looks like he might be in the second spot. We're working this all out once we get our pit reporter to give us a rundown of kind of where everybody's hanging out. But definitely these laps are winding down, folks. These guys are got to be getting anxious now, because who's gonna go to victory lane? Oh, looks like the 48. He's up in the wall. Oh, kept it hugged up there. Let these guys skate through. The 53 was almost part of that. Looks like 95. He may have some squirrely action coming off the corner. And you got 3. He's got pressured by the 3 of Cheesehead. He's got some pressure by Mr. NASCAR, the 1. That would be for position. These last pit stops that have happened. They've got these cars separated, some of these guys, and now it's going to be okay. So now what do you do? A caution would be great. Probably not going to happen. These guys have been clean and green most of the race. It's going to be a driver error that's going to cause anything. It looks like the 3 of she said he pushed up a little bit. It's going to allow the 1 car. He's going to try it. Oh, he just couldn't get it. It looks like he's trying to get a sniff of that quarter panel, because that quarter panel will pull him back to him, and he's not going to be able to get that run off the high side. And it looks like he may have gotten it. They're going to come drag racing down. We're watching this battle here. We're going to come drag racing down into turn 1. The 3 car, he's going to have the momentum shift on the outside. Then you got the 1 car of Mr. NASCAR. He's trying to make that slide job work. It's not going to happen. And 3 is going to get away from. He's going to still hold that position.
Mike, I think there's about 8 laps to go.
Here we go,
right
folks.
Now,
it's
39. I think the 1 and the 3 are battling in the 95.
Ooh, here we go, folks. It's definitely go time now. We're about 8 laps to go from what my partner was saying, and that now we know it's you got to have to, what you got is what you got, and if it ain't no good, then it ain't no good, and you have to make it work. But right now, Bergie, he's had the dominant car. He's definitely checked out on the second place car.
Oh, trying to take that 5th spot. Oh,
I see that.
Is that the 3s?
That's the 3. He's gonna have rough. That's gonna allow those 2 cars. Oh, he definitely sounds like he may have quite an. It's just gonna allow them guys to get around. But right now,
past 2 cars.
And that's what it takes. All it takes is patience. The 42 looks like Trump. He may have tagged the wall a little bit coming off. Then you got that's going to allow the 95 and the 3 of Cheesehead. They're going to close back up onto this. This is going to be a 3-car battle here very shortly if this keeps up. Right now, but we know right now the car to beat. Oh, it looks like we got someone rolling the grass. Wow, we haven't had that all night, folks. John Deere has not been in the building. Well, guess what? Someone did not disappoint, and we have the grass mode. Thank you very much for your assistance. All right, looks like Berge. He's checked out on the field, and then you got the 39 of Jardy. Then you got the one of Mr. NASCAR. Those two's got the. It's going to be tough to close back down with so many laps to go. Then you got the 42. Then you got. Oh, sorry. The 42 actually is in the middle of that, which I'm trying to find out if he's actually still on the lead lap or a lap down. Then you got the 95, which has had some issues. And then you got the 53. There, he's starting to close down. Jay Burr, he's starting to close down on that group. Walking back to the field, some of these guys are all great drivers. Iowa's not an easy track. It's easy to get. Anything can happen here. That is for sure. We've been there, done that. We've all probably have. All right, Berge, he's coming to the line. Then you got Jardy of the 39. He's right behind him. And then, let's see here real quick. Then you're going to have Mr. NASCAR. He's had a great recovery. He's back in the 3rd spot. And then you're going to have the 42 of Trump. Then you're going to have the 95 of Tony. And then you're going to have the 53 of Jay Burr, which I'm not sure. I believe they're still in lead lap, but I could be wrong. Because how the pit stops is how to follow. But right now, those are the cars that we're following because that's your top leaders coming to this. Looks like the 53 of going underneath the 95 of Tony. He looks like he may have tried to get that move on him. Not quite, couldn't get it done. He's going to side draft the side of the 95. He's going to take that thing low and try to do the cross up. Is he going to get it? 95 is going to give him some room. The 53 is going to have the position. That's going to leave he's going to try to close down on that 42 of Trump. Which the laps are ticking down, folks. He may not be able to get it done. All right, folks, we're on the closing laps of this race. It's been a great race. These guys have put a lot of heart into this. Looks like Berge, the dominant car most of the night. It looks like he might be able to pull off this win. Oh, is there an issue there? I'm trying to flip through there. Oh, we got some contact. The 39 and the 1, or is that the race? That should be the race, folks.
I think that is the race.
I believe so. When I see cars flying like that and doing stuff like that, I believe that it should be the race. Now, I just need the top 3.
I believe the top 3 is going to be 12, 1, and the 42. I believe. Let me check.
Well, what I'll do is I'll bring.
Is, the 12, yep. The 1, and the 42, correct?
Excellent job. That was a great race. That's.
Oh, okay. How'd that? Hey, the 12,
yes, sir.
The 39 and the 1.
That sounds more about right. That's what I thought. I knew the 42 and they were kind of having a. I wasn't sure where they were sitting in positions, but there we go, folks. Now, whew, that was some great racing. Definitely, I'm out of breath. I just turned 48 and I'm ready for a nap.
Are you gonna send out some invites?
I sure will, buddy. I will take care of that right now. If I can, if I have, what I'll do is I will do it this way. We're gonna jump out of this, and then I will send some invites to these guys. We're gonna go blue screen real quick, or actually no, we'll still be on the air. Very much so, I think. And let me see here. Oh. I will send some no, that's fine, buddy. Thank you very much. Oh, we have Berge. He's in here. Nice. We have Jardy. He's in here. Very good. And then we just need our other finisher, and then we'll waiting for the CEO to jump in here real quick as well, just so that we have him here with us. Great racing, guys! Congratulations on your finishes. I appreciate that was some great stuff. I hope that you guys enjoyed some of it. It was definitely it's a little bit different aspect when you do it by yourself when you broadcast. That's for sure. I'm trying to find. Well, no, not you. I'm sorry, Goose. That's not what I meant. No, I mean the. Never mind. Forget it. Don't take it like that. That's for sure. That's not how I meant it. Oh, buddy, trust me. Goose, I enjoyed having you because it helped out because, like, you know, all the information that you were giving me. I just need one more person, I believe. I'm waiting for Jade. Can we get Jade? Somebody send him an invite. Alright, yeah. Alright, folks. We're still, if I can get... Oh. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're still waiting for, try to get, there we go. Sorry for the blue screen, everybody. We're trying, yeah, that's what I was trying to get, Jade in here. If not, because of, I can't see who's in the party if I do it this way. So, well, we know this. Who's in here right now? Jardy's in here, correct? Bergie, you in here, buddy?
Yep.
And the third place car, is he in here? Mr. NASCAR, is he here?
He's not in here.
Okay, well, folks, we're not going to hold off on this too much longer. We're just going to do this now. We'll see if we can get him in here.
The official results was the 12 car won the race. I finished second, number 39. The one of Keith Ayers finished third. Alex Van Evie finished fourth. Jade Burr finished fifth. Tony Flyers finished sixth. Alex Van Evie finished seventh. ANAT 20 finished eighth. Maddie finished ninth, and Cheesehead finished 10th.
There we go, folks. There we go. Thank you very much for that help, guys. As I said, it's kind of tough without I mean, Goose is this first time Goose has done this, so that's kind of. I'm glad. I'll trust me, Goose. I appreciate you, buddy, for the pit road reports and stuff like that. That was kind of cool. I enjoyed that very much to have that. So, guys, we'll start. Actually, well, we might as well start with the second place. Jardy.
Yep.
So great job, buddy. Great racing. It was definitely a long race, a tough race. So tell us, you know, how do you feel about the accomplishments you did tonight? Be able to get what you got?
I'm glad I got a second. You know, I've had a lot of runner-up finishes and top tens, and that's what's keeping me up in the point lead, and that's great. Would never ever complain about that. Just wish I could have gotten a win. Would have been cool to have been the second person to have more than one win so far this season, but hopefully next week, because next week's a good track for me.
Oh yeah, buddy. I mean, definitely. I mean, you know, the wins are great and wonderful. Consistency is even better. But the whole factor, it comes right down to it, is the fact is that you ran a great race. You got a podium finish. You know, you did your, as I always say, you did your job. You drove what you had to do, and you got what you had to get, and without pushing, and without, you know what I mean, without having to make, you know, without having to cause any more heartache than what is really necessary. You did what you had to do as a driver, and that's, you know, and it was a great job, buddy. So awesome. You know, you got to be proud of that. You got to be proud of, you know, everything that you accomplished and all the hard work, and that's definitely a second place finish will do that. And in any way.
I'm very proud of this team. Pack is doing a phenomenal job. Couldn't ask anything better, and put a really strong team together.
Oh, I agree, because you guys right now, you guys got a great lead on the team point standings. You guys are great position heading, you know, working into the playoffs. You know, so I mean, success is great and wonderful. You just got to enjoy it with the people around you. That's how it is too. You know, it's not all fun. It's not all fun and games when you by yourself. But when you got a team and you got a group, it makes it all the more exciting. And you've done a great job with Wolfpack and stuff like that and your drivers. So awesome job, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bergie, our race winner.
Hello. It was great down here in Victory Lane. Got some body armors with me. Shout out to Body Armor for being on the car today. And sorry.
Hey, can I cut in here for a second?
You sure may. Oh, please go. No, listen.
Has anybody invited NASCAR to the chat?
I believe.
I don't have his.
I don't have him either.
No, here.
In the booth with us. I don't have him as a friend, I don't think.
No, he's in the booth chat. He just
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. No, listen. No, that's fine. It's this is, you know, we'll definitely give him, you know, before we go on any further, you know, with our race leader, you know, I'll definitely give him a shout out. Mr. NASCAR he did a great job. He ran a great race. He went from, you know, he went last to first. He had a great car. He just did not have enough time to get back up through the field when he needed to after getting, you know, racing hard as everybody did, and just, you know, it's hard to do. It's hard to get through the traffic when, you know, when everybody's gunning for the same thing, and that's that gold at the end of the rainbow, and that's that win, you know. But all right, Bergie, back to you, buddy. I just want to give him a shout out. Just make sure he gets what he deserves, because he worked hard for it too, just as well as everybody else. So great job, buddy. As I said, Bergie, you did a phenomenal, you know, you ran a flawless race, you know, got stage points, stayed in the front most of the time. I mean, you can't ask any better than what you did. I mean, the team was definitely hitting on all 8 cylinders, and you were behind the wheel of that freight train, and you just did what you had to do. So give us a little more insight about how your race was going. I mean, did you have to work hard? Didn't have to work hard? What?
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to thank my crew chief, Harris Flux. He gave me great insight on what everybody was doing behind me. Giving me great adjustments. But yeah, I mean, the car was pretty flawless. I gotta say, I thought I drove pretty well. Kind of just locked in all race. Maybe I turned my rear view the other way. Focus on what was in front of me. But now I'm just really proud of all the guys that Bird Penske have set this car up for success. You know, we're not done winning this year for sure, but we got, you know, next week the 2 cars coming back, and I think we're going to put somebody in the 21 next week. So be aware of Bird Penske. It's a very lethal team, but it all starts at the core with the guys working on it in the shop, and all of our sponsors as well. Body Armor, Menards, Blue Death, all those guys. Sorry. But yeah, starts with all those guys supporting us, and yeah, pretty much all I got.
Right on, buddy. I mean, as I said, congratulations. I mean, great job. Did what you had to do. Go ahead, buddy.
Bergie, I got a couple questions. What would you say the key strat call was for you to win the race?
It was honestly just keeping me out in front. You know, if I was out in front, the car worked pretty well. Except on the restarts, when the tires were really cold, the car just wanted to slide. But yeah, besides that, I mean, the car was pretty much flawless in clean air, so I just told my crew chief to get me out in clean air as much as I can on the restarts for my spotters as well.
All right, outstanding job.
That was all I needed to do.
Jardy, it looked like you had some trouble there during different parts of the race. You have a little contact here and there. It just racing contact, but you come back from that. What would you say that your pivotal strat call was?
I didn't have a pivotal strat call. The best thing that happened was I kept getting bumped by Jadeburr into the wall and gave me right side damage, and it actually helped the car turn. So that last stage, after the last pit stop, the car handled phenomenally. I was able to somewhat close the gap on birdie.
So you're giving a shout out and a thank you to Jay is basically what I'm hearing.
No, not really.
No, it's more of a clear with contact thank you.
It happened to benefit me. Getting bumped into the wall a couple times there, it benefited me. Giving the car damage, and the car actually handled. I was surprised it handled better than what it was before. My car just handled okay, but it wasn't enough to keep up with birdie. Towards the end, I felt like I could have got up there with him, but I made a mistake and hit the wall and lost way too much time.
Okay. Right. Interesting stuff. That's all I got, Mike. Great race, guys.
You sure, buddy? Oh, please. No, guys, excellent job. I mean, the more and more I watch you guys, the more and more I get more and more impressed to be part of this with you guys, and to be able to bring the action to everybody that watches us and reviews the race caps and stuff like that. You know, because you guys are a class act. You guys, I mean, granted, there is, you know, whatever, you know, we go through when we're racing, especially being on online. But in the end of the day, this is a family, and you guys prove it day in and day out, because of I never ever have to ever get involved with anything when it comes to you, be it Pete, be it Xfinity or Cup, because you guys have already got it settled before I even address anything. So you make my job enjoyable, trust me. But guys, at this point in time, we want to thank all the drivers of Worldwide Racing League. That goes all the way down to our Xfinity drivers, all the way up to our new drivers, all the way up to the veteran Cup drivers that are slugging it out every week. You guys are what make this, as I said before, I've said this many times again, the drivers are only great as the leaders, and the leaders are only as great as its drivers. And you guys continue to prove week in and week out that, you know, you want to, this is what you want, and you guys are showing it. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors, you know, Steve Rogers Racing Engines. Thank you very much for all you do for this league and being part of this. I mean, I enjoy, you know, the communication we've had in the past, my friend. I'm glad that you're feeling a little bit better, and that you've been part of all this with all of us. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to, you know, a few people that, you know, I have affiliations with: TS Lawn U, Timothy Monroe, A1 Firewood, T&D Concessions. Also, I got to give a shout out to some great individuals of mine: Rich Mark Flores, Morgan Vance Racing, Jonathan Morrissey, and Tamarcus Morgan. Thank you very much for all the work that, you know, all being part of this, you know, in a distant kind of manner, I guess you could say, because I think you guys, if you keep watching, you guys will enjoy the racing. So on that, folks, anything else? Got anything to say? You guys did a killer job. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys, you know, having me here with you guys as on, you know, as a admin, this and that, and you guys never disappoint, and I appreciate that and all your hard work. And also, I want to give a huge shout out to a man that never jumps in the booth and that never has done this before. Goose, thank you very much for giving me your assistance, buddy. You are a teammate through and through. No matter what we do together, you're there.
Hey, I know your address. You can get a bit in now.
Well, guess what, buddy? You know what you're gonna get back in that if you send me a bill? It's gonna be an IOU. But all right, thank you very much, sir. And also, congratulations. I want to give you a shout out one more time. Congratulations on your win last night. That is 2. Great job, buddy. We thank you, you know, for that. And I want to thank you for the addition to this league, and thank you for your coming out of your comfort zone, I guess you could say, and doing this broadcast and helping me out, buddy.
Hey, this isn't. It's not as easy as someone might think to get that information, especially with this game. Let's hope NASCAR 21 is a little bit more up to speed. And,
I would actually just like
people like us that try to broadcast.
Oh, this is not easy and far from it. It definitely takes 2 people to do it, because of trying to do it with one. Because of you try to get that conversation, and if you know. Until, you know, not saying you, but just in general, you know, if my normal co-host isn't here tonight, he just unfortunately could not be here. You know, the conversation that we have, you know, it's just like a conversation. And you know, hopefully maybe next time I'll have you back. You'll be able to. Well, you probably won't be back next week because I know that you definitely have some plans for this Cup Series and the Roval, so or Indy. So you know what I mean. But maybe next time again, brother. I'm privileged to have you anytime, as always. Maybe someone new, maybe you, whoever. I mean, please. But thank you very much, folks. We hear it all at Worldwide Racing League. We want to thank you. We appreciate you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And I want to also send a shout out to thank you for everybody that sent me my birthday wishes. You guys are the best. We will see you all next week.
How'd it go?
I believe we are clear, my friend. We are now.